Welcome to The Real Wine Show, a wine game show wrapped in a talk show, wrapped in a podcast about wine. I'm Matt.
And I am Chad.
So our first segment is kind of like Wait, Don't Tell Me. We're calling it Spot the Corker, where we read possibly fictitious news pieces and ask each panelist to decide if they're true or false.
The second segment is the emotive blind tasting, where instead of relying on the usual descriptors like what kinds of fruits, how much tannin or acid the wine has, we ask our panelists to taste the wine and tell us a story about the wine based on how it makes them feel, like perhaps a memory, or if the wine were a person, what kind of person would it be?
You know, think of it less of a game show and more of a wild discussion about the wide world of wine. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome back to The Real Wine Show. We have Austin, Emily, and Lena here. If you guys wouldn't mind introducing yourselves, say a little bit from my left to right. We'll start with Austin.
Well, I'm Austin Beeman. I've worn a lot of different hats in the wine business over the years. I've run a video podcast for about 10 years. I worked a decade in retail. I have an MBA in wine and spirits management out of Bordeaux. Have worked on the West Coast for Bonnie Doon, importing and distribution here in the Midwest out of Ohio with Cutting Edge. And I'm currently working with TBEX, the Travel Bloggers Exchange, to build a food and beverage content creator track for their conferences and leaving about a week for Quebec City and then Ireland and some cool places next year as well.
Oh, nice. Nice. Hey, Emily.
Hey, I'm Yahkind-Dabish, Yahkind, and I am the owner-founder of Soul Summit. We are a canned wine brand as well as bottled, thinking about low intervention, certified sustainable, and being a companion to your next adventure. I also wear another hat in government where I'm the supervisor for Superior Township in Northeast Washtenaw County, and my background has been around beverages, public policy, and just thinking about how drinks and folks can go together, because what makes politics easier? Certainly wine.
Booze. Oh man, that's good. My name is Lena Wellington. I am the newly general manager at Santé Wine Tasting Room, a new wine bar opening in Farmington, downtown Farmington. So that's brand spanking new, but hopefully we'll be open here soon so you can check us out.
Yeah.
But I've been around the Detroit area since COVID, most recently at Kerr and Ferndale, and prior to that, Merrill and the Royce in Detroit. So I've been drinking wine since before I couldn't drink wine.
Yeah.
And every time you show up for the podcast, you always bring something cool, too.
Something weird.
Yeah.
Something strange.
Yeah, and that's something notable too about this show. This is an encore performance for our panelists. So, although we did have, I know she's giving me the what do you call it, the stink eye,
Not quite.
because you were in
stink.
our famous lost episode, which is actually gaining legendary status. People are asking about that, like, what happened to that last episode?
Oh, what about the one that we just forgot to hit record, too?
That would
You didn't
tell
mention
people
that.
the lost is supposed to make it more mysterious and approachable.
Well, there's two.
Engaging. Well, don't tell people that. Well, we're good now.
See, there's a third one. Good. Oh, nice. All right. Well, now we have some awesome introductions done. I think everybody got 75 points on that. That was awesome. Good introductions. I need to get a pen, so I will let you.
All right, yeah, I can launch into our first segment, of course, is our true-false segment, as you all know, where we give you a news story that, and then ask you to comment on it and decide whether you think it's a true story or if it's completely made up. We do fake you out sometimes, just for the sake of the discussion, right? Because it's a discussion show, so we want to lead you in the right way with that. So let's get started off with something called, how about the piece here? I like this one. It's called Aye Aye Captain. That's the name of the story. Aye Aye Captain. So, while sifting through their archives, Portuguese winery Quinta São do Fava came across a historical practice they think points the way forward to a new, more sustainable and profitable future: teak barrels. When the rest of Europe was still figuring out how to stop wine from tasting like vinegar, the Duke of Fava, a wealthy noble with excellent shipping conditions to Portuguese Malacca, was already barrel aging his vino in teak. Yes, teak. While most Portuguese producers were wrestling with leaky European wood staves, the Duke was importing this exotic, durable, and no doubt fabulously expensive timber from his colonial estate in Asia. Certainly the cost and rarity of teak in Portugal during that time was one of the main reasons teak lost out to French oak as the barrel material of choice. But thanks to widespread and sustainable tree farming happening now in Asia and Africa, Quinta São do Fava firmly believes teak is poised to regain its crown as the king of Portuguese barrels. Be warned, though, the teak flavored profile isn't for the faint of heart. It's bold and definitely unique. So there's little doubt that teak will be an acquired taste for most consumers. That point of distinction is what Quinta São do Fava is betting will give their wines a distinctive edge in a crowded marketplace. So next time you reach for that oak aged Cabernet, pause and remember Quinta São do Fava leading the way in a teak fueled wine revolution. You can obrigado us later. That's our story. And our question then to you panelists: is a Portuguese winery pioneering teak barrels?
It's got to be legit.
Gotta be legit. Teak.
Yeah. The Portuguese
All right,
invaded Japan. They stole it.
Yeah, they were all over
Yeah,
Asia.
all over Asia.
Yeah, you can feel that part of the
I
story.
learned that in
for sure.
Shogun. Shout out to FX. I don't know. Seems legit. Seems like, why wouldn't they? I don't have anything that was glaringly weird about that story.
You don't have any anti-teak prejudice, huh?
No, and no anti-teak. Teak.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right on. All right.
I don't know. What do you guys
Emily, Austin, yeah, where do you guys think go on this story? Teak barrels for aging wine.
I feel like this is very specific, and
It is very specific.
if you made this story up, then kudos to you. I'm going to go with it's a true.
Also true. Okay, good. All right, so teak or, yeah.
So
Barrels.
I'm not against the idea that there is a winery doing this, but some of the things like, and they believe it's going to take over all Portuguese port production and things like that, that does not sound like a reasonable thing. I don't see any chance of sort of the surrounding pieces of that being true, but the
Right,
idea that
right.
somebody's going to find any way they can differentiate themselves, even something as silly as a different type of wood, seems pretty normal to me.
Oh,
My
interesting.
question is, was this really something that they were doing back in the day, and is it something that they believe is going to be like taking over Portugal
Well,
today?
Just
So-
as a reminder, Austin, as you know, the stories around, the story is the story. The question is a Portuguese winery pioneering teak barrels?
I'd say probably, yeah. They would mess around with that. So I'd go with yes.
Very good. Okay.
Is now a good time to tell you I don't know what teak is?
Well, it's wood. We said that
Yeah,
in the
but
story.
well, yeah, but like, is it a teak?
Teak is
tree?
often used, yes, and it's often used, for like marine decking. Like boats are often, the fancy ones are teak because it's very durable. It's highly rot resistant.
It's quite beautiful.
great for
Yeah.
port production. Some might say.
You would think, but the story is false because teak is loaded with oils that are may even be kind of toxic. Even it's not a type of wood for aging foods. For
See, if I knew that,
consumables.
my answer might be different.
Yeah, outdoor like lawn furniture is often teak too for these reasons.
There's plenty of people that would drink it because it's toxic. Like,
Yeah,
let's be real.
I wouldn't be against it. I
You
would
got
try it
us. 0 for 3.
out. Yeah.
So
yeah,
is it
that one-
spelled Tiquue or Teek?
Teak.
Oof.
Yeah, teak wood. Yeah.
Language.
Yeah. So I guess I did make it up, Emily. So
Shucks.
I'll take the kudos.
Awfully clever.
I was just thinking because I like boats, and I don't know. I was looking at doing a little rental on, renting a boat out on Lake Garda. So I'll be down in Italy next 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks,
Rub it in.
and yeah. Anyway, I was looking at teak boat, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's what you want, And so I was wondering, teak. What about that for oak barrels? Because we talk a lot. I mean, I know there's different types. We all know there's different types of oak. There are wood that are used for barrels. Chestnut and acacia. So I thought, I wonder what people know about exotic wood aging. Could that be a big point of distinction? And could that be a thing? Do you think with wine?
Maybe we should think about that more.
Yeah.
I think different kinds of woods sound great. What's,
Why not?
Yeah, as a point of distinction. Like right now, we don't talk about it at all. I don't think.
They use redwood over in California. Those barrels. So I think it'd be pretty sweet. I'm gonna get the mic a little closer to me.
You know what the Italians say about Lake Garda versus Lake Como?
What do they say?
What did they say?
There's the famous quote where they say that Lake Como is where you take your mistress and your banker, and Lake Garda is where you take your family.
Ah.
And so, like, when you go to Lake Garda,
That's
there's
exactly the plan.
Yeah, there's way less luxury, the whole lot more people hanging out with their kids and making noise and having a good time.
Nice.
Your mistress and your banker. That's funny.
I think they say the same thing about Mullet and Burt Lake.
That's a first for me.
It's the same. Cool. Oh, man. Cool. Yeah, we'll go on to the next one here.
Take your family to Belle Isle and your
Ew.
mistress to Kensington.
There you go.
Wild times at Island Lake.
Well, I'm jumping to the next one here. Australian Wine Holdco Limited, through its subsidiary Accolade Wines, has acquired Pernod Ricard wine brands, creating a new giant. The mentioned wine assets refer to approximately 9 million liters of wine annually from the brands Jacobs Creek, Orlando, and St. Hugo from Australia, Brancott Estate, Stoneleigh, and Church Road from New Zealand, Campo Viejo, Isos, Tarsus, and I can't do this one, Espigaquerta from Spain. Pernod Ricard will continue the distribution of this wine portfolio for several more months to ensure a smooth transition globally, stated the group, which intends to concentrate entirely on spirits and champagne brands going forward. So, is Holdco Limited expanding their already substantial portfolio, or is this, not true at all?
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
That don't sound right. I don't know. You're saying Accolade
These are
Wines
big business.
acquired a portion of Pernod Ricard's portfolio?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of, but seems a little wishy-washy. And it's spirits and champagne specifically.
Other way around. So it's like everything that's not spirits and champagne.
They're buying like Jacobs Creek and a bunch of other stuff and
Yeah.
leaving them champagnes and spirits. I'm going to go with true on this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mergers happening, so many that I don't remember. There's like a new one every 3 days coming through the.
Very true.
Yeah.
So this could be one of those. I was just thinking about the 9 million liters for a second.
okay.
And like, is that enough for Jacobs Creek?
Yeah, really. Oh, man.
Yeah. It sounded wild at first, but all these mergers sound wild. And now that I know it's the other way around,
Likewise.
that makes
Right.
more sense that Pernod Ricard would keep spirits and champagne. So, yeah. True. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think that I'm on the same page with the true.
Okay.
That a pulling away makes more sense than an acquiring right now.
Oh, man.
And if you guys get me again, I'm just, I'm going to be in my feelings a little bit, but I'm going to say this is accurate.
Well, it was carnage on our side because it is true.
Thank
So
God.
we did not trick the panel at all.
Good.
Or I didn't. That was my story.
I'm bad at this game, so I win. It's great.
We do, though. Emily, want to get your thoughts about, the state of the industry. This is kind of what the question is, and you folks are all dialing in on the fact that, it seems like things might be a little tight. Not the best time to be, expanding your wine portfolios, but how is it faring for Soul Summit?
It's interesting. What I see in terms of family vineyards, especially in California, is that there are incredible acquisitions taking place. And I think that the future of working with independent growers is increasingly shaky. And two, as we think about tariffs and the current administration,
Right.
how that will play into things will only increase local competition, make it perhaps even more attractive for the acquisitions to continue. And two, as I'm sure, Chad, as you've seen on the distribution front, there are mergers that are happening left and right. And smaller companies, mom and pop folks, are very frequently being eaten up by either larger wine distributors, and two, on the soft drink side, on the beer side, where we're seeing these take place. For me, I've seen the most success in continuity with the independent wine distributors, the guys that are more of like the mom and pop shops that understand the brand, that have that great energy. But I do think the dynamic of the beverage industry is changing, both on the non-alc side and the alcoholic side. And then too, I think family vineyards are going to see increasing pressure to be bought up, to be acquired.
Yeah, when I was out in California working for Bonnie Doon and talking to a lot of wineries, most of which can't be named because I'm not going to say a positive thing about them right now.
And that was when?
This would have been 2015, 2016. And one of the things that happened is a whole lot of the big names from California that we know and love, they all were in the wine business when it was super easy, when there weren't that many brands, there was a lot of distribution, costs were low, and the baby boomers were both coming into money and coming into wine appreciation. So the market was growing and growing and growing and growing.
Sure.
And what they ran into is that these people got to be successful without ever becoming good at business, right? Yeah. And so many of them in the last, let's say, 15 years have been barely keeping their head above water, even for names that are at the top of the rankings and that are well known and that have huge reputations for quality. They're barely making do, and the only thing that they have to sell at this point is the power of their brand and their brand name. So, for example, Bonnie Doon Vineyards sold a number of years ago, and the company that bought them tripled production, got rid of all of the sourcing of all of the fruit, found cheaper sites, took $40 wines to $20 wines under the same name and the same brand. And that's happening across the scale because all of these wineries have so much value in their brand name and so little skill at being a good business person or a good executive. And so they're selling out to the people that do, unfortunately. And that's becoming such a huge problem for those of us who love a winery, and then it's not the same after it sells to somebody big.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, too, on some of these multi-generational farms, you see the transition of, Grandpa grew these crops. He started this vineyard in the 60s or 70s, and seeing how the kids, the grandkids are pivoting to more of a business mentality. They might be farmers first, but they're those that are still successful, that are still operating, have so many business tools in their back pocket. And even as we think about Michigan and farming and ag, there too is so much pressure right now, especially as we think about energy security and not maybe food security, but these folks are so often approached now by our different
people who want the land.
They want the land, or they want it for solar, or they want it for different projects like that. And I think that a lot of our farmers, whether it's vineyards, regardless of what the crop is, are seeing a lot of pressure right now to fold or to be acquired for whatever the purpose might be.
And when it comes to sort of the business side, so many of these people, they'll spend $250,000 on a new tractor, but they won't spend $70,000 on a professional marketing and salesperson at their winery.
Yep.
And one makes their wine 3% taste better, and the other makes their business stay alive and not have to sell out to a big guy. Right. And hundreds and hundreds of wineries on the West Coast absolutely refuse to see themselves as a business first and a winery second.
It's tangible.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Agreed. All right. Do you want to do another?
But especially a tractor with GPS, those are kind of dope.
And then electric ones? Awesome. Who has one? Who just got one? Mathiasen. Steve Mathiasen got one.
Really?
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I love the
Chateau Framboige's drones that photograph grapes.
Okay.
They created these drones with AI that photograph every single grape in the Chateau Framboise Saint-Emilion vineyards.
Oh, wow.
And then they report back so that the first hint of mildew, the first hint of something wrong, they can be right there and fix it.
I'm gonna say that's true.
It's true.
It is true. Cool.
It's true.
I got 100
Austin's
points.
pitching his own stories.
You get 100 points for that.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I accidentally unplugged my mic. So is it good now?
Yeah, you're back on.
All right, cool.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No,
It only has
I
so
did
much
it.
stretch to it. I'm sorry. So let's do a glass check here before we move on. What are you folks drinking? What can you tell us about what you've got in your glass there? Looks like everybody's drinking white wines right now.
Well, I have the finest San Pellegrino from the.
Oh, don't tell people that. I'm so
springs
embarrassed we have
Come on
to.
now.
I have to.
We try to have
consume
Loretana
water.
for you folks, but we're coming. It's going to be back. I'm
May
sorry.
I?
Absolutely.
Well, you know that I'm a
Emily,
Shannon
yeah.
girl, and
Yeah.
I've believed in Shannon for a number of years, and I've been waiting for it to take over Chardonnay. But I am drinking, and thank you to whomever brought it, a Chenin Blanc from South Africa, which does not present that way. It feels way too soft, too be from South Africa, but it's lovely. It's got a hint of skin contact, and I've been nursing it for a while.
Less. It's called.
I'm saying more. It's really
Say more. Yeah. Okay. Good. Who else has got a Austin?
So I brought a 2005 Kratcher Trockenbeeren Auslese made with Schirebe. It's a dessert wine. It was one of the last wines that Kratcher made before passing away from cancer in his 40s, which I believe is 2007.
It's been a minute.
And yeah, I love dessert wines. I think they're absolutely the single most underpriced wines on the market. I brought this because I really wanted to sort of
underpriced or underrated?
I think you're behind that.
all of the above.
Really?
Yeah, because
you all agree with that?
Because the process behind it. Yeah.
Yep. And as we have issues with some of these places warming, the ability to have these processes happen are going from, like, some places in Sauternes used to do 4 years a decade, now we're doing 2 years a decade. And they get better with time, unbelievably better with time, and you don't have to store them very well. So
that's true.
You leave it in the kitchen
they're hard
the
to
kitchen
kill.
cupboard there.
On the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, my great sort of tip for anybody when it comes to, like, if you love these wines, if you love wine in general, being able to buy dessert wines from auction houses is the cheapest thing. Like, some of these wines would sell for hundreds of dollars new and, like, wholesale in the $200 to $300 range, but you can buy cases of them for under $10 a bottle. Because
what's a good auction house that I could look into for something like this?
Hart Davis Hart out of Chicago is the best.
Okay.
And then you've got Sotheby's, which would be number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that they dabbled in that.
Oh, yeah. Because when you're selling a lot of, like, first growth Bordeaux, most of these auctions are selling 99% first growth Bordeaux and huge Napa cabs, and then a handful of other things. And these little dessert wines are often found in 11 bottle cases because Parker will give this 100 points. I think this is a 100 pointer or a 99 pointer from Parker.
Okay.
Because Parker loved dessert wine.
And somebody will buy it. And
People bought it.
Drink one, like, I'll never
Drank
drink it
one
again.
and was like, this isn't cab, I hate it. And then they die, and their kids sell their cellar, and none of these Harlan guys, none of these Lafitte guys are going to spend any money at all on these.
Man.
And
Austin's going after people today, isn't he?
This is
I'm taking notes.
yeah, sorry, it's the truth.
No prisoners.
But these fabulous dessert wines with age on them for, basically the cost of Jacob's Creek.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And it's delicious. I mean, 20 years old, still got some great acid. I mean, Riesling's the fucking king.
I'm going to move there
Pardon my
next.
French.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
It's great. And
But Schirebe doesn't really get much attention, though. That's a very interesting variety, I think. It's a lot of. I like the aromatic profile of that. I think it's real distinctive, and especially when it's young too. They're really interesting wines that I don't know if they're going to fare well with things. That's a question we would get to Bobby Frank about. But with the warming, if Schirebe is really going to continue to develop, or if it's going to essentially blow out. I don't know. Does anybody?
It has
had
a
any
problem
recently?
with. It's a problem with it grows really well in the same places that Riesling grows really well for the most part, and you'll always make way less money growing Schirebe than you make growing Riesling.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of incentive to plant it unless you love it. So there's not that many people that do it.
Yeah, yeah.
and also why you can get it for $6 a bottle.
Yeah, right. Cool. Well, let's do. I think we have time for one more story, and then we can roll into the next segment. But one more true false here. What kind? Do you have anything interesting? What do you want to hit him with? You want to go? You want to do one? I can do it. You got it. Go.
Okay, cool. This is titled New History of Winemaking in France. Neolithic winemaking may have its start closer to Bergerac than we used to believe. Last May, unauthorized spelunkers at Lacroix unearthed unearthed new system of caves, or more properly, caves du vin. A small group of local teenagers found a series of interconnected tanks the size of bathtubs carved into the wall kilometers away from the main site. The slightly downhill sloping tanks feed into a larger terminal container. After spectral DNA testing, debris from the bottom of the tank has been identified as partially fermented grapes. This could mean that wine was not founded in Romania or in Georgia, like we thought. Sorry, in Georgia, like we thought, but closer to to France. So, did some kids stumble on a profound and history-altering archaeological site, or are we just carving up the truth?
The French have been having a difficult month, publicity-wise.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with this is false.
Okay.
Yeah, if this took place in like Spain or Italy, I'd be
Okay.
more leaning towards true because they have a lot of those deep carved in tank-like structures and mountains and things,
Right.
dolomites, things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think their underground systems are too new. I'm with you.
Yeah, and like I don't know, most of underground France was like I don't know, Champagne caves, French Revolution, World War, whatever. I don't know. I could be wrong though. All this sounds like believable.
Why are you so dismissive of world wars? You're like, World War whatever.
World War, whatever.
Because I can't remember. It's what was it? One that the.
I think we've had.
I mean, we've had two.
Oh, okay,
But I'm
okay,
saying
yeah.
World War One was when the French was affected more. Question mark. Look,
think
I'm not a
both of
history
them.
major. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about wars.
Champagne did get carved up. Both
Yeah,
of them.
so-
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So this is tough. This is
Oh.
tough. Do kids find caves? Yes, they do. But did they find them in France? What region of France are we talking?
It's down by Bergerac by
Lord Dordogne and that.
yeah.
Southwest, down
Yeah.
south of like
Southwest.
Bordeaux, just under Bordeaux.
Yeah. So
No. Okay.
I mean, there are the Lascaux caves. So like I think the oldest human
Lascaux.
cave paintings that exist in the world are there. So we know there was civilization, humanity there. I didn't hear of it, so I want to go false, but for like different reasons. I think if we didn't all agree, it wouldn't be any fun.
I like syncing up with these guys, but also, like, there's a historical component, but what's getting it for me is the inflection in your voice, and I think that's why I'm going to say false.
You're playing the man, not the ball. All right.
All right. Everybody's going false again.
Also, we had two
Wow.
truths. So, or no, we didn't.
Two truths and a lie.
Oh.
I give up.
All right. Well, we'll go all false. Man. All right. Well, this is working because it is false.
Yes.
Man.
Victory.
We did it.
Man.
Took him 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Maybe they should be playing against us. We'll have a bunch of points, and then the whole panel.
We could just outvote you 3-2.
The board has decided.
High-fiving and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Let's put that to a vote again.
Yes.
We get all the points.
So,
Yeah.
is there a
Have
true
you-
version of the story, or was it completely?
Well, the thing is, I forgot to finish writing it too. That's also why I was like, "Oh crap!" I had to like kind of stumble a little bit.
a little improv at the end.
Yeah.
Picked up on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. You did. I was like, "Oh, all I wrote was this good," and then I had to like figure out
The panelists have synced up against
against the judges. Oh man, I could do a score update.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Oh yeah.
Total of 825 points.
Wow.
So good job.
Jeez.
I'm not telling you who's in the lead. It's just that is
Wouldn't
the
we
total.
have the same score?
Nobody should
Nope.
be in the lead.
That is the total points that have been accumulated
that.
so far. So
Yeah, see, that's what you get for like getting against us, like forming up as a gang over there. You get a team score. And that's what you get. That's,
That's
what,
okay.
that's what you
Teamwork
deserve.
makes the dream work, as they say.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That's for sure.
Sometimes.
Cool. Well, let's see then how we'll step into our next segment here. We've done the score updates. Whoa, sorry about that. I stepped on. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry. This is our wine ciphers. So we're going to read you a tasting note and then ask you to pick from one of 4 wines that you think the note describes.
Oh, I'm so bad at this.
I know these are kind of tough.
I like to think I'm good at it, and then I'm not.
Yeah.
But I've been practicing.
Well, it's interesting. People say they really like it. I mean, the feedback I've gotten on the show, a lot of people say they like the cipher.
I love the cipher.
You do too?
Yeah, there's a few like folks on Instagram that they don't do something like this, but they'll do a blind tasting and I'll
Sure.
like pause it.
Oh,
before
yeah,
they
yeah.
reveal
Yeah,
it, and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
If your palate is tuned
Yeah.
based on what you tasted, this is what I think it is. And
Yeah. Do you watch the Wine Folly? Madeline, what's her name? Puckett.
Sometimes.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't,
she
I don't
used to do
watch
that
it,
quite a
but
bit.
sometimes.
Yeah, she used to do that
Have.
quite a bit too, where they'd, just to the audience on Instagram would say, hey, here's.
that.
Yeah, those were
It was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, I have to admit.
Yeah.
So I guess I understand it, but it does seem like they're kind of tough.
Yeah.
So let's start you off with this one. So the note reads, "This is a rather nice rosato." a remarkably bright and attractive scarlet color. I opened it from fridge temperature, which leaves a somewhat muted nose, but the palate is a very refreshing mix of cherries, crispness, and slightly jaw-clapping, slightly jaw-clapping tannins.
Clapping jaws.
I'm just reading the notes. I have not. You have to. It's your job to interpret it. Yeah. So a refreshing mix of cherries, crispness, and slightly jaw-clapping tannins, particularly on the finish. As it warms towards room temperature, the nose offers slightly confected red fruit, but the palate remains one of crisp cherries with a drying finish. I think overall this works best at around cellar temperature and is a good option for a somewhat different rosé, which might appeal particularly to red wine drinkers on a hot day. Our choices here are A, the Clos Cibon, the Côte de Provence Rosé Cuvée Tradition, Cuvée Tradition, the Brock Cellars Love Rosé from California, the Martha Stuman Nerodavla Rosato from Mendocino, or the San Giusto Aretignano Fuori Misura, which is a Rosato Toscana. So, yeah, a rather nice Rosato, remarkably bright, attractive scarlet color, refreshing mix of cherries, crispness, jaw-clapping tannins.
Yeah, that's an odd note.
Yeah.
Was this written by a critic or wine, like a civilian?
We don't have the note on that. We don't know who
That's
wrote
okay.
it.
Jaw
A
clapping.
civilian, huh? Yeah, jaw-clapping.
I mean, you said Rosato off the jump, so I instantly thought Italy. I've had Clos Cibon enough to where I feel like that's not it. Did you say Martha Stuman?
Stuman, yeah. Nerodavla Rosato from Mendocino.
That's plausible.
Yeah,
But
Clos
could just
Cibon,
be the
Brock
last
Cellars
two.
Love, Martha Stuman, Nerodavla Rosato, or San Giusto Rentenano.
Toscana,
Yep.
which
Fuori
could be
Misura.
Sangiovese Cab. Could be a lot.
Sangiovese is probably a good
Yeah.
guess on that. Toscana Rosé. Yeah.
Rosés are so hard with these notes, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
how often do you blind taste a rosé? I've
And this
never.
one's challenging too, because they talk about a different effect at temperature.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool,
Yeah, it is
but
cool.
it makes it a little more challenging. They say it warms, but as it warms, it retains the crisp cherries, but offers slightly more confected red fruit.
Well, Clos Cibon is something I would have at cellar temp, I think. But you said Rosato.
But confected red fruit? No.
Maybe the Italian one. Martha Stone wines are a little more, like, refreshing from the ones I've had. Like, young, clean, crisp. I haven't had a tannic rosé from them.
I feel like you're trying to trick me into revealing the answer. Lena, this is your job.
It's the eye contact. I don't know.
This is your job.
I'm gonna confer with my
You can confer.
teammates.
Yeah, see their team. See how they do us, man?
Teammates.
Yes.
We're not working uniquely. We're
I
working
don't know.
together.
I'm lost. I hate this.
So I feel like something like this could get pulled out of Mendocino.
Yeah.
And I've worked on something that tastes similarly, and it was
Yeah, you do have a Mendo Rosé, don't you?
it's out of Clarksburg, but
Oh,
the
Clarksburg,
profile is not so different from what you're describing. And I don't know a ton of makers who are working in this way out of Mendocino, but I feel like in terms of geography, this could happen, but it seems unlikely to me. I'm leaning towards what's happening in Tuscany.
You must hang out with some really deep old school Italians. You call it Mendocino, right?
Mendocino.
I thought, yeah. Out in I thought,
I am a quarter.
wow.
I like
I
it.
told you about my summer in Italy. No.
But also, I mean, just from sourcing the fruit, I mean, you have some work cut out for you when you're out, I assume.
So I've messed around with some rosé blends that have included Tempranillo and Merlot and present in a similar way. And I don't know the producer that you're describing, but I do feel like it's a possibility. I just haven't experienced it. If I knew more about the varietals or varietal blend that was involved in the Rosato, it would be easier.
Yeah.
We have no information on that.
So I'm gonna just
Scarlet color.
I'm gonna go Tuscany.
That's the San Giusto Rentenano. Rentenano, yeah. 40 Misura.
So
Austin, yes.
when I was hearing you say it, first thing that popped into my mind was like Chiaretto or Fresa or something like that. So, and then when they mentioned Rosato, that may be to throw us off.
Yeah, that's what I.
Because like
yeah.
that would seem
Because they also use rosé in the note
because they
as
also
well.
use rosé, so maybe they're just being pretentious.
Pink.
Yeah, some pink wine.
Pank.
The
Pank.
Hank.
the way it reacted to being warmed up reminded me of the Love wine that you mentioned.
Yeah, the Brock Cellars Love.
Brock Cellars
rosé.
Love.
I think it's just California appellation.
Oh yeah.
And that could explain a lot of the stuff.
Could explain the color.
Could explain the color, the California
Scarlet.
rosé.
Scarlet color.
Yeah, scarlet. So it's
Scarlet.
a dark color.
Yeah.
And it's a rosé for red wine drinkers.
Yeah.
And it had like jaw slapping, jaw clapping,
Jaw clapping.
jaw clapping.
Clapping jaws.
Yes. And that speaks to me of like hot California sun giving you more tannins than you should. So, and more alcohol than you should. So I'm going to go with Brock Cellars.
Brock Cellars. Okay.
Wait, we gotta confer. We have to
Yo,
agree.
but
So let's see
I've
here.
seen-
So Austin's Brock. Emily,
I'm
you
very
were
not Brock.
San Giusto Rentignano,
Respectfully.
and Lena, you were on.
I didn't have a decision,
Yeah, we have to go.
and I
Come on.
I want to stay
Do
there.
we have a team answer?
Stay with no decision. You can't stay with no decision. What?
Well,
What?
I'm gonna go with my initial theory of the Toscano.
Oh, that's not your good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, for abstaining, I am going to award 50 points because surrendering points there, so you get half of what you would have gotten if you would have gotten the full thing. So so you can still abstain. In my opinion, what do you think?
Well, she called it already.
Sure, you called it. You called it.
Yeah, I
Oh, okay.
called it.
Okay. So
You should have told me that before.
I just made it up.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, this is a tasting note for the San Giusto Rentignano Fuori Misura
You gotta trust the
Rosato
gut.
from
Yep.
Toscana.
You gotta
So,
trust the gut.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the scarlet color thing was
Yeah.
really the. 'Cause
Maybe
that's a little
like-
different.
Twinkles of scarlet.
It wasn't that. It was just attractive scarlet.
Attractive scarlet.
No twinkles, yeah.
Is
Claps.
Scarlett ever unattractive?
Is what?
Is Scarlett ever unattractive?
Okay. From
From the
the
audience, the answer
Yeah.
is no. Scarlett is always no.
Yeah.
scarlet, there it is. Okay.
I don't think you call it scarlet if you don't like how it looks.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, because what's. Yeah.
What's the cepage on that?
Brick red.
Sometimes it's a
Could have some Merlot in there too.
All right. Well, very good. That was a nicely done one. I think maybe you should give them one that's a little more challenging. What do you think? They kind of nailed that one.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll do one that's a little bit more challenging.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
I'm sick.
In competition for wine of the vintage, with a single swirl, you find roses, violets, lilacs, black with red cherries, espresso, cocoa, boysenberries in the haunting aromatic profile. On the palate, the wine is silky, velvety, energetic, and lively. Instead of the weight and intensity found in previous vintages, this vintage focuses on purity, refinement, length, vivacity, and sensual textures. The seamless finish resonates for 60 seconds, leaving you with lingering waves of incredibly sweet and pure cherries. Okay. So I'll give you the wines that it could be. It could be 2023 Chateau Margaux, 2022 Geran Bertrand, Chateau Le Haspelette Grand Vin Le Clap, 2021 Tentua Argentaria Bulgari Superior, 2019 Fritz Underground Winery Estate Zinfandel. So,
Candidate
Yeah, that's
for
a tough
wine
one.
of the vintage.
That is a tough. Yeah, that was a bold opening statement.
I can give you the notes again if you want, because there were a lot of
60
them.
seconds was really specific.
That's a long finish.
Like, I'm going to time this.
60 seconds. The notes were, after a single swirl, mind you, you find roses, violets, lilacs, black with red cherries, espresso, cocoa, boysenberries in the haunting aromatic profile. On the palate, the wine is silky, velvety, energetic, and lively. And then... Waves. Oh, yeah. Waves of incredible, sweet, and pure
I'm voting
cherries.
false.
False.
Wine does not exist.
Just like cheers.
Nothing has ever happened in this way.
Do you want the wines again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sure. What was
so,
the second one?
Gerard Bertrand, Chateau Le Haspelette Grand Vin.
This is
Le Clop.
Bordeaux.
It's south of France.
Yeah, South France.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember, where is Gerard Bertrand?
Yeah, so the Hospitalet is right down on the Mediterranean coast. La Clop, yeah, just west of, east of Marseille, over that way, right near the Italian border. So you're right at the far eastern edge of the French Mediterranean.
Okay. And then also it's Tintua, Argentina, Bulgari Superior, right? Am I saying that right?
Tenuta Argentieri.
Wow, Tenuta Argentieri.
I thought you were saying Argentina. And
yeah,
you said
yeah.
Bulgaria. I was like,
I thought so as well.
Yeah. Argentera, my bad.
Okay.
Bulgari.
The Sangiovese Malbec blend
Yeah.
from like half Italy and half Argentina.
Opus, yeah. Or 2019 Fritz Underground Winery Estate, Zinfandel.
Stop. I don't know if it's Zen.
It
Probably.
could be Zinni.
Could be. I don't know. Is Zinfandel that floral?
Would anyone call a Zinfandel wine of the vintage? Like, it's a
If it
pretty
came-
Right,
shitty
right.
review.
I
A ridiculous
I would,
person
if
wrote
If
this.
it came
Like,
from
no one should
Turley,
take wine as
I'm a
seriously.
Turley stan,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
but it's not
Vivacity,
Turley.
vivacity, though, that's another
Waves
challenging.
of cherry.
Like, does
Waves.
vivacity mean like
my
it's
first
something
year of that one.
astringent? I don't know. What does vivacity mean
it's,
to
it's
you?
Manic Pixie Dream Wine. Like, it's,
I just block out the words I don't.
Vac-
Maybe it could be out of Bulgaria.
Well, the first one was Margot.
What do you have against vivacity? Vivacity is this liveliness,
That's wonderful. I don't think
what's-
that
what-
that a Zinni is
refinement,
super lively. Yeah.
purity.
Margot is cab dominant.
it's too refined for this, in my opinion. I mean, unless it's,
What was the vintage on
Yeah.
Margot?
yeah.
2023.
Too young.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I could see someone using Margot as like, oh, this is the one of the vintage, because people say that about first quotes all the time.
That's true. But Bulgari's been like this. People have been writing about it. I'd be like, this is the new whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like up and coming.
Yeah, it's doing big. It's doing big cabs there too. A lot of sunlight, a lot of coastal.
I like this
This
team
is
huddle
tough.
dynamic.
Yeah. This is the best part.
We
don't
shall
even
not
have
go
to-
this
we don't
alone.
have to give an answer. We can just go talk about it.
Yeah, it's like
for-
final answer. We have to go as a
Yeah.
team, or else.
I'm kind of Xing out Zen. Sorry, Zenny.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna X out Margot.
Yeah.
I don't
What
think
were
it
the other
was
two?
150 degrees in Bordeaux. that year.
Bulgarian.
There was the other two. So
I think it's
yeah,
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. No, there's
No,
no Bulgarian.
Bulgaria.
There's no Bulgaria.
No, there's the
Bulgaria.
Tenuta.
It's a
Oh,
Yeah,
a
the
region
Tus-
in Italy.
touche.
Yeah, Bulgaria.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Italian Napa,
yeah.
north south area on the coast.
Tenuta
that makes
Argentieri
Cabernet.
was our producer.
So you got like Antonori and a bunch of those guys make.
So we have that left. Were there only 3 options?
No, so there was the
When you scratch the
Tenuta,
Zin,
the Tenuta
Scratch the Zin.
Argentiera, and then is it Argentiera or Argentieri?
I wish I had
Tierra.
subtitles.
I'm sorry. But anyway, Bulgari producer on the
Yeah.
Tuscan coast, or the Gerard Bertrand,
Oh, right.
the red from La Clop.
actually,
Yeah,
what
what's-
is that?
what-
That's
what are those
probably
grapes?
mostly Grenache, but might be Syrah.
I was
didn't-
thinking GSM, like when you were reading it, I was like, Chateau de Pop.
and it's a hot
Yes,
area, super ripe,
And waves.
waves of cherry.
Mediterranean.
Waves. I'm leaning that.
Gerard Bertrand seems.
I'm not familiar with the area as much. Don't know what their principal grape varieties are, but if it is indeed Grenache,
It's Rhone stuff.
yes.
So
If it's
Grenache
that,
and-
that's what I'm going with because I thought it was CDP.
it's some Syrah, yeah. Syrah.
So the panel's going with B?
The team.
B.
Austin, what's your answer?
Okay, final answer is B.
B, okay.
Chateau de la Fondeloupe.
Oh, yeah. And it's a wild card. It's none of the, no.
Yeah.
So it was, should have gone with your first instinct. It was Chateau Margaux.
What?
Yeah.
Boo.
Oh man, I don't believe that either. That's no way.
That's a bet.
I mean, wine of the vintage.
It does
they
say-
can only do that about
It does say espresso and cocoa,
We did leave that out.
which is maybe, but
Yeah.
man, I don't know. I'm
I mean-
surprised.
Opening with floral is
Was
great.
the
Yeah.
03 like 16.5 alcohol?
23.
23?
23.
23.
I'm not sure.
Oh, dear God.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, never
Does
once
not
did I
sound
consider
very
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Like,
But these young folks, these young wine producers,
Yeah, but I mean, especially as Margot. I mean, that's a real wow.
maybe it is the wine.
You're right.
Maybe I should, maybe I should
right.
get some.
Maybe you need to get hip to Bordeaux. Maybe
I love Bordeaux. That
it's
was
easy to
mine.
overlook. I think
Yeah.
these days. Bordeaux is easy to overlook because there's so much exciting stuff going on. We often forget. The blind wine has just, before we continue on that tangent, the blind wine has arrived. So this reminds you folks to get in on that. And what we ask you to do, you know the story. I don't have to tell you again, but we're going to ask you to take, for the new listener, they're going to be asked to do an emotive blind tasting and give us their emotional response to the wine. So yeah, but Bordeaux, do you drink it much anymore, or do you ever drink it, or no? Emily or Noah?
Rarely. Maybe
Yeah.
if I'm taking my dad out to dinner, I will order
Dang.
Bordeaux, and
Why has
that's
it got to
about
be
it.
an old man wine?
But he's a cool dude.
No doubt. But, there's no doubt. But yeah, it does have that kind of rep, though. I mean, that's
No, I love
enjoy
Bordeaux.
it, though.
Austin.
I love Bordeaux. I think Bordeaux is the
Austin
world's
does
great. Yeah.
appear to have no gray hairs, which is
No gray hairs yet. Well, I have some. I have a receding hairline. It's just not gray yet. No, I think Bordeaux. I think cheap Bordeaux is the best cheap wine in the world.
Yeah.
It pairs with
Yeah?
anything. I think that Bordeaux is the world's most important wine growing region because you make good sparkling wine. You make some of the best, if not the very best, Sauvignon Blanc in the world. You make arguably the best Cabernet in the world, arguably the best Merlot in the world, arguably the best Cabernet Franc in the world, almost undeniably the best dessert wines in the world, and you make very passable rosé, right? And
Oh yeah, I forgot about Bordeaux rosé.
and everyone in the
Had it
world,
so long.
Ditto. Yeah.
So long.
yeah, and everyone in the world who drinks wine, who gets into wine, when there's someone somewhere in the world who first gets into wine, one of the first things they do is especially if they have money, they go out and buy Bordeaux.
Absolutely.
And that's what I did. My
Yeah.
first love was Bordeaux. So
Yeah.
Me
you
too.
have a point.
Well, yeah, and I think that's why it's so easy to kind of forget about.
True. Because she
You know,
always
'cause
gonna be
Ben-
Move
there,
on
done
past
that.
the first love.
You know.
Yeah,
Been there, done
and
that.
Bordeaux makes, in the Bordeaux AOC, they make the same number of cases as America does as a country.
Oh, really?
Get out
That's
of here.
crazy.
That's an interesting
About
stat.
1 billion cases every year.
Yeah,
Holy
it's ridiculous. And then they charge so much there,
Yeah.
John, too. Like a lot of it, like the top.
But 50% of everything made in Bordeaux sells for less than €2. Like,
Yeah.
there's this sliver of the most prestigious wines in the world, or arguably the most prestigious, and then there is this ocean of very solid, very good, everyday wine. And like almost anyone who starts an import company could immediately fill their book with great Bordeaux that sells for less than 20 in the U.S. that no one's
But
ever heard of.
Yeah, that no one's ever going to buy, probably, too.
That's the problem. Is that it's very difficult because it's not flashy.
Yeah, it's not trendy.
It's a white label with a picture of a house on it. Like everybody's doing the same thing, and yet these wines are food friendly at a level that so much of the rest of the world doesn't make food friendly wines. And there's so much modern stuff happening.
But the flavor profile for Bordeaux, I mean, is it what people are looking for now? Do you think there's a shift away from that? I mean, yeah, we're joking that it's an old man wine. Not that your dad's old. Again, we're not coming after your dad. I just mean, just kind of
He's a good
an
man.
older. I'm sure he is. Shout out.
I don't know. I think that it's interesting to be in this business and anticipating what the palate is of
Yeah.
your consumer, whether it's for a restaurant or working on a book, and what consumer you're going after. And like from my perspective, when I was thinking about anticipating the palate of my consumer, it's for canned wine, what's the use case? What's the format?
The beach.
The beach,
the pool.
the hike,
Yeah.
the dining alone. And
Dining alone.
yeah, so
I mean, cracking a can,
then
boy,
when you
that
crack
sounds
a can,
kinda-
it's half a bottle. You don't have to finish the whole. You toss it. You don't have to worry
I guess
about
so.
it.
I hadn't thought about that one.
So that's one of the use cases. And
I'd be a little
I don't-
depressed myself, I think, if I was dining alone and had to crack a can. I'd be like, I don't know.
It might be
Maybe things
refreshing.
aren't going right for me.
it's awful.
I'd rather just crack the bottle.
Well, then I've done it. You done and it's no shame in it at all. It's okay.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
no.
But
Just don't drink it
more-
out of the can.
More
Yeah. Put it in
generally
a glass.
speaking,
Yeah,
I think
always.
that a lot of Americans, especially those that are more health conscious, are moving away from things that feel more sugary, and they are interested in, perhaps the cooler climates and something that has a more expanded mouthfeel, and maybe that lends to Oregon, to Washington, to areas that are a little bit more temperate. And again, going back to the way that things are going in terms of trade, that might put more of an emphasis on what's taking place in the
yeah.
States.
We just sold like 6 cases of Bartolino in 2 weeks. So at the store. So I mean, people are just like, all right. Well, it does have a hipster Mario on the front of it. So It made it a lot
And
easier.
red wine
Helps too.
sales are
Yeah.
way down
Yep.
compared to rosé, sparkling, and white.
I'm gonna say that's true. I'm gonna give myself 100 points.
Yep. It's
Well, Lena,
pretty
you're
stunning.
on the front lines, right? In the on the on-premise scene in the restaurants and stuff.
gosh.
What do you see there? I mean, would you say that Bordeaux is something that's salable, or are people looking for a different flavor profile?
We're not open yet. No, just kidding.
Well, no, I'm saying
It's hard to say because there's a younger clientele right? And the folks that are oriented are bringing their own wine. At least that's what I noticed the past few months. But I don't know, some more Burgundy than Bordeaux any day. And Bordeaux's a tough sell, but it
It is,
does
okay.
sell.
All right,
It
all
does sell for sure. Like if they're like, because people don't know what they like.
Yeah.
They're like, I like this, and I'm like, I'll sell you Bordeaux then. Like Bordeaux's a go-to
Sure.
sell for me. So if I'm
Yeah.
selling it, Bordeaux sales are up. You know what I mean? But if
well,
they're,
to Austin's point, I mean,
Yeah,
the
but if
quality
they're
is also
asking
good. I
for
mean,
it,
they're
yeah.
drinkable and
I think someone to ask this question to would be Chris at Vino Volo, because he sees the entire wine buying market.
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah. Let's do the emotive.
Emotive blind taste. Well, we've had a little time to sit with it and kind of sip and swirl and smell and swirl once, and then the haunting aromatic profile.
Yeah, I mean, my jaws are being clapped.
an applause of Jaws.
Oh man.
So while they're tasting, I will tell the audience it is it's clearly a red wine, a pretty dark colored red wine here. So let's
Yeah.
see what kind of emotions it elicits from our panelists here. They're all very studious about it. They look real serious.
It's in my blood. Just kidding.
They're very pensive.
Honestly, this is like
Go,
it
Lena.
reminds
Get
me
us
of
kicked off here.
when I first started studying wine and how frustrated I was that I wasn't getting any notes. Like I feel like it's not like jumping out the glass. It's like more on the savory side, which is also always a little tough for me when pinpointing aromas.
But that's
So
not,
it
that's
makes me-
not the objective of this.
No.
Okay,
I'm
right.
getting there.
All right,
Getting there. So it makes me feel. Makes me feel. I don't know. It makes me feel youthful. It makes me feel curious
Ooh.
about wine.
Oh.
And it brings me back to that, feeling of, what is this? Where can we go with this? Like,
Ooh,
there's
that's
so
cool.
much undiscovered territory. Go where no one has gone before. Vibes. Shout out to Captain Kirk.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Boundless youth. Boundless youth. Who's next? Austin. Emily, what do you think? What's your emotional response?
It reminds me of me trying to be something that I am not.
Wow. That's almost interesting. Go ahead.
It's trying to fit in with a group of friends that's not a good fit for you.
Okay.
It's quality, but it's not who you are.
Just as fair warning here, we're not good at therapy. If this is where that's going, I don't know how to help you.
You're a very calming person. It's just like-
we
it's
started a
interesting.
wine podcast instead of going to therapy. So.
There's no shays. It's interesting and like
So posing, huh? Posing.
and a lot of legs on this guy, right? I have some thoughts on who it is, but it's not me.
Well, that's the other thing you could do. You can describe the wine as if it were a person. Do that.
If this is a person,
Yeah. Who is that?
she was in a David Lynch film, and she's a bleach blonde, and
Is she?
she is.
Oh.
And she's on a date with Christian Bale. I don't know. It's old Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like it's early '90s Hollywood. Yeah.
That's a good one.
We're
huh?
hanging out on Sunset Boulevard with
So
this
not
guy.
Pete Davidson.
No,
okay,
definitely not.
okay.
No, too high end.
Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking Monopoly Man,
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
but like the Mandela effect one with the monocle.
Oh.
Like the real one.
No, the real one does not have a monocle.
I didn't know
The
that.
fake,
I didn't know
the
that.
fake one. There is no monocle.
I have
Sorry.
no idea what people are talking about. Monopoly Man.
Yeah, you know the
Like from the
Monopoly Man.
game, the board game?
Yes, not like.
Yeah, he had
Warren
a
Buffett.
monocle, didn't he?
No, he did not.
They say he didn't. We all remember him as having one.
Yeah.
I don't.
Isn't there some
Yeah,
kind of strange
many of
big
us
term for
remember
this?
him as having
Yeah.
one.
The
Yeah.
Mandela effect. It's like
Yeah.
Fruit of the Loom
Mandela
had a
effect?
cornucopia, or did
Oops,
it?
me.
Well, yeah.
It didn't.
it?
According to the
Why are
CEOs
you
at Fruit
tearing
of the
down all these?
It's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Mandela
Crazy.
effect.
Berenstein Bears, Berenstain Bears.
Yeah. Did Mandela die in jail? Obviously not. I don't know why people.
Wasn't that like when they turned on the CERN collider in Switzerland or whatever that split the universe into multiple pieces? And
Oh my
This
God.
is the
Who
multiverse.
put the weed in the wine? That's illegal.
That's probably just the CIA.
Actually, oddly enough, speaking of weed and wine, Francis Ford Coppola had a small project with his wines where he did like a weed and wine kind of thing.
Oh wow.
It lasted for like a vintage because
Yeah.
it's
Interesting.
expensive having to pay for those licenses. But
Yeah.
No. There's no license you can get for that. No way.
yeah, that's
Maybe in
a,
You
California.
can't put
that's a
weed in
product that
wine.
exists.
Weed in.
oh, not in the wine,
Yeah.
with the wine.
Like cannabis infused or
But
THC
that
infused
does
wine. Yeah.
Exists.
You
yeah.
can't do that.
It's
Not in Michigan.
you can't sell it here, but
No.
you can.
We're
make
talking about California, bro. Like,
You can
do
make it?
anything. Yeah.
It's for sale. Like you can go to stores and buy it.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
What?
In California, yes, you can.
So we're asking
Wait.
you,
THC, or you're talking about CBD? Maybe.
True or false?
Maybe
true or
true.
false? This is a
Maybe
question.
Google that.
Maybe CBD. There's no way you're getting like just straight like THC.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It's real.
There's a ton of THC beverages in the market in California right
Wine,
now.
alcoholic
I don't know
beverages
about
with
alcoholic,
THC?
but-
No way.
Well, the
No,
thing
no,
I was
no.
talking about was
Yeah.
a bottle of wine and some
Wow.
THC, and he has some
Okay.
infused things, but he stopped doing it.
Did
Okay.
you know he was born
Yeah.
in Detroit?
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Makes me
worked. I
like him
worked at
more.
Inglenook for 5 months.
Did you really?
cool.
Yeah.
I love
So-
Inglenook. Cool.
You do?
I do.
Nice.
What a cool estate.
It's
So
like-
if you ever have the 2021 vintage, I made that.
The black and was my
Well,
jam.
now we have to.
All of it. I
Yeah, we'll have to-
inoculated 90% of that vintage.
It's amazing.
I know. As a first-time intern, they're crazy for letting me do
Yeah.
that, but I did.
I want to say that his father was a DSO, and he lived here in Detroit until he was like 2 or 3, and he played like the flute or something.
Yep.
And-
Yep.
Very
yep.
cool. That's interesting.
Fun fact. So,
All right.
yeah,
Awesome.
The Godfather is basically based in Detroit.
There we go.
Yeah, that's cool. Austin, your
So the wine.
emotional response to the wine.
Yeah, so I'll go with this. Is for me, this is a place, not a person. I'll describe. So this is. There was in my grandparents' house, their overstuffed basement storage area. You could walk out, and it would be in this giant sort of enclosed patio, almost like a giant swimming pool, but like it was a concrete, and it always had some, sticks and things. We never kept it 100% clean because it was a backyard and it was very overgrown. But overgrowing, you would find strawberries hanging down, and you'd find like raspberries hanging down at certain types of the year, mulberries hanging down at certain types of the year. And so for me, this is a mixture of that sort of wet concrete, a little bit of decomposing sticks and twigs and stuff, but then all these little fat fruit and the feeling of going and tasting those things. So that's not like a description of like literally what it tastes like or what it smells like, but what it reminds me of when I'm experiencing it.
Cool. All right. Yeah, so that was your grandparents' place?
Yeah.
Yeah, your grandparents' backyard brambles, maybe, is
Pretty much, yeah.
the way to say it. And then, Emily, it was the,
a leading female
Hollywood.
in a David Lynch film.
yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lena, it was the,
A Curious Mind.
the Boundless Youth.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Those are our experiences. Cool. Let's, can one of you rip that open here and let's,
Are we going to try to guess
This
it?
guy.
yeah, do you want to guess it?
Oh, I don't want
I
to guess
hate to
it,
go
but I
first.
wanted to ask if anybody else wanted to guess it.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you
it's
for doing
a
that.
cab
You think it's a cow?
from Napa.
That certainly fits with like the flavor profile you were describing,
Yep.
Austin, in my mind, with like, mulberries and
I'm just putting my heart out here.
Doesn't seem ripe enough for Napa for me,
Yeah.
but I was like, could be
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. We were
That would be
talking
rich.
about it,
Yeah.
Feels pretty savory to me. I was thinking like some sort of weird Syrah blend.
Yeah, there is something that's a little. I mean, you can get meatiness.
I get like
in
meaty. You can.
Bordeaux
But I also
too,
get
but
like this balsamic-y kind of thing going on. Not like the acidic parts of balsamic, but like the flavors. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
it is
Yeah.
interesting. But it's real
Olives.
refined and supple too. I mean, I feel like it might have a little bit of age to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
16, 17. Definitely got some rim variation.
Yeah, yeah,
Should I
The
do
color
it?
is sticking
Do
to
it.
the
Do it.
glass.
Should I unveil?
yeah. Let us
Unveil.
know what it is.
Could be
Emily,
cab.
yeah.
I'm not good at this. Sangiovese? What is it?
This is out of Garnetita Reserva, Bauda. It's a 2017.
Got the vintage
Yeah.
Nice.
on the nose.
It's 15%.
So the producer is Olin Bauda.
Yeah.
Okay.
The type of wine is Nizza.
I don't know it. Okay.
So Nizza is it's made from Barbera in Piedmont.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah, it used to be a subzone, but it's in recent years it's its own DOCG. So it's just Nizza, but it's made from Barbera from Piedmont. Yeah, so that's
Wild.
2017 Olin Bauda Nizza.
I like Olin Bauda.
Yeah.
Never had
Is
this
there a
before.
crew designation on there or
It
anything?
says Reserva.
Reserva. Okay.
That's some age.
Yep.
So
Get that
Nizza
on the palate for
Reserva
sure.
from Olin Bauda. Wow, nice.
Barbera.
Yep. And it's DOCG.
Yeah, yeah. Showing its.
I almost said
Showing its
Sangiovese, but it
stuff.
felt wrong. Which is
Well, you're-
it's wrong, but
Yeah, but the
I was
Italian.
going
it's-
Italian.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of picked up on that, so that's cool.
I got
Well,
the
good.
vintage. That's all I care about.
Well,
I'm a
Matt's
numbers gal.
still scratching away. I think you all might have hit. I mean, he's pulled out the calculator. Wow. All right, so this is going to be good. You guys did a good job there. I've never seen him pull out the calculator before, so it's going to be a tight race to the finish, people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did a good job though. It was a nice showing, and yeah, I like the responses in particular to the wine, to the blind wine. That was fun. You did a good job on that, I think. But let's hear what Matt has to say on the scores.
So, coming in third place is Austin.
Wow.
With 420 points. Yeah.
420.
Yeah. Emily, second place with 500 points.
Yay.
And with an unassailable 525 points, our
wow.
winner is Lena Wellington.
Wow, I never win.
Unassailable.
You got the vintage. That was it, yeah.
I feel like that's the easy part of blind tasting. The age.
Really? Often that's the hardest.
For me.
Yeah, no, it's still that's
age
impressive.
is easier than varietal and place for me.
Wow.
Maybe it's
okay.
the numbers.
Awesome. Well, I think you folks nailed it. I mean, it was a good show. It was a great discussion, too. Thank you for coming out. Emily, we're going to make sure this one gets up. And I might even post this first.
Oh, my
just
goodness.
to prove that it's not a thing. It's not you. It's not about you. It's just my technical failures.
This is a rare
time.
We hit
technical
play this
difficulty.
time and did not spill on the laptop.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you, folks, for coming out. Austin,
Thanks for
Lena, it was
having
great
us.
to have you again, and we
course.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers. Until next time.